It's fucking rainbow time. Fuck. I might as well get the rainbow going. Usually around 1800, it's time for the chaplain to say, to utter or to meditate upon the the fire marshal's rainbow prayer. Always got to keep that fire on conscience, just because I wasn't thinking about it a few minutes ago doesn't mean it stopped. So it's time for fire marshal consciousness. All right, there is a fire up in Canada. Just straight up north, right up there. So, yeah, the rainbow. Having thoughts. Oh, look, the rain circle. Having thoughts that there will be no destruction here. As far as I'm concerned, not where I'm at. But if it happens, it happens. But at least I shall have put the all in all into it. That way there's no regrets on the other side. Oh, if I have only had done that. If I had only had done that. But even at that, there'd still be no regrets, because then the thought that comes in would be, well, that's all I knew. Now I learned something new. I got a new thought on the conscience to entertain or dwell upon. So, plus this rainbow is always, it's a bit perplexing to me, just exactly what this represents as far as universal law goes. I know that some men and women have wrote stories on it and said that it means this, and God said he threw the rainbow around so he wouldn't flood the earth again. But that's just what someone says in a storybook. How do I know? Let me put a statement out there. I don't really know what this really is. What is this? What is this phenomenon? So I figured the more I meditate it, the more I put it before the eyes, the more it's on the consciousness. I figure eventually there's going to be an answer to arrive for me. Instead of what someone else said, and always, like I was taught as a child, well, this is what it means. Well, and then as I grew into a man, I figured out that, that's just what someone else said. And they wrote a storybook on it and sold it on a shelf to everyone. And everyone bought it. Well, not everyone, but the majority. The majority enough to where the Christian God-Jesus religion is the dominant religion on the whole planet. Because of some storybook someone wrote and told all the children. And told the children if they didn't believe it, then they'd be punished forever in this place called burning fiery hell. So here I am facing the burning fiery hells ignited in Canada, playing around with water and rainbows. Wondering, I wonder, I shall come up with what this rainbow is for me. Instead of for me and someone else. It's just going to be just for me. And then I'll share what I know. I'll share what I know. It'll be natural. And it'll come up in songs. And I'll be hitting high notes and low notes and sustained notes and stuttered notes and all kinds of musical notes. Gee, does that sound like a dollar bill? It's not a bill, though. It says right on the what goes around is popular throughout the earth, like the Jesus religion. Everyone calls it a bill. But it says right on the piece of paper, it says, this note is for. It doesn't say bill. It says note. It's an instrument. It's a financial instrument. Just like there's musical instruments, like the voice, that puts sound into the air in any way, shape, or whatever. Anyway, so here I am playing around with rainbows. Around the 1800 hours is usually the best time to get the sun just on the side of that tree right there to encircle the encapsulation where I could actually play with the shape of the rainbow here, and I could angle it and shape it and turn it and point it any direction and connect it to anything I want. I could have it come connect to the shoe down here and then hit over there at the on the end of the fire squirter. That's an Orgone fire squirter. Orgone fire squirter. So here we are. Anyway, don't have to spend all day with it. Just enough to put something on the conscience again for a daily routine. Call it prayer, call it meditation, call it utterance, call it an audit, call it whatever I want. It is what it is. And it does exactly what I want it to get done, hopefully. And the thing that I want it to get done is to increase consciousness that there is a fire going on up there, and just and it could at any point that it wants to, if I decide to focus attention on other things besides what's really important here to me, because if that fire reaches those trees over those hills over there, then it's going to come one neighborhood at a time. When the fire marshal and the sheriff has told everyone to run for their lives, I'm going to be here in the backyard with that well pipe in the ground and a fire pump with some gasoline in the car. Both cars, that's 40 gallons of gasoline. That'll be enough to keep filling that fire pump. When I siphon it out into a gas can and refill it, that'll be plenty. I'll have a swimming pool. I might get 3 swimming pools as backups because if that water goes out and the electricity goes out, there ain't going to be no hose to prime that pump. So I'm going to need swimming pools to prime that pipe, to prime that pump to continue the fire for whatever reason. If the water level in that pipe drops. So otherwise there is no insurance on this house. And everything I got inside that I love is inside that house. And I sure as fuck ain't going to be running away like a scared little fucker because someone told a story and said, run for your life! Run for your life! Fuck that. No. I fucked enough times it's pregnant and he's giving birth to something wonderful and I'm growing it up to the point of maturity. So that's why the 1800-hour rainbow time every day is best I can, as I shall keep the conscience going. Because if every fucking house burned down around this little house right here and this one's standing, that's all I need to get through a winter. And there's going to be plenty of firewood when if the electricity's all the telephone poles are burnt down. Plenty of firewood. There's a fireplace right inside there. Wood stove. Well, what are you gonna eat? You ain't gonna have no food because all the stores will be burnt down. I got that covered too. Called peanut butter and jelly. That is the only food that'll always be there in a jar, preserved for a long fucking time, and it don't need no refrigeration. So plenty of peanut butter and fucking jelly in jars with tight lids, air sealed. After much study of which food does what and what food does what. Peanut butter and jelly shall save the day. That's why I've been training every day. I'm living off nothing but peanut butter and jelly. Well, the jelly is fruit for now. For the past 2 months, I've lived every day on peanut butter and jelly. Well, with some steamed potatoes here and there. So I know that the body can run off peanut butter and jelly. So, anyway, now, back to priming the pump. Let's see if I can get this sucker running, because that's all I really need to know is, can I get this fire hose pump going? But anyway, that's if the fire shows up to the gate or to the 4 fences. If the fire shows up to the 4 fences. Oh yeah, and another thing, a smoke mask. That's very important. A smoke mask with a face shield, a combination face shield and smoke mask. It's very essential, because when the 2020 fire lit the whole West Coast on fire and there was nothing but smoke around here to breathe, I got introduced real quick what it's like to be in a smoky environment. So I started thinking, Because if the smoke gets thick, the eyes are going to start burning too. So it's going to be a full face mask. With plenty of filter replacements and cotton circles to put in them. Plenty. Because, yeah. If it comes down to it, I'm just saying, if it comes down to it. That's why I like to get the 1800 rainbow meditation going on, to keep these orgone energies levels very high around here. And it radiates 360 degrees all around, as far as I want it to go. As far as I want, or as far as I am conscious to. As far as I'm conscious with. More and more and more and more and more. And anyway. Anyway, so back to the pipe. So I got the firewood storehouse set up right here. Tomorrow at 4:00, I got a cord of split hardwood coming in, the long burning stuff. That's ash, alder, oak. Fir trees, the fir wood burns quick and fast. But the hardwoods burn slow. So I got a cord coming in. That's why I got this thing all opened up right in here. I'm gonna bring it right in here, put it right here, fill it up with a cord, and then I'm gonna see if I have enough room to get another half cord. That way I'll have 2 cords of wood, because I already got a half cord right here of fir. And that'll be plenty of dry stuff to start the fires with. And then to keep the fire going for a long time, it's gonna be a cord and a half of hardwood. See if I can get a cord and a half right in here with this rain protection as best I can. If I have to, there's plenty of room to throw it up over the top over here, so more than likely it's gonna be another half cord once I get it in. But I want to see how this guy brings it and all that stuff, and then I'll see how it goes from there. So like I said, if the city turns the water off, which I've watched enough YouTube videos to know that sometimes the city will cut all the water supply off, all the residential water supply off. And so in order to prime this pump, I'm going to need a swimming pool. So and then a way to siphon it in here. So but you know, other than that, you know, that's just an emergency if I lose water, because once I fill this thing up, I got a valve right here, and then I'll shut it off to the top, and then the water will hold there. And so all I really have to bring is just on a daily basis, just be sure that pipe is full all the time, and then just, you know, test it every now and then, all that stuff. So, but like I said, if for whatever reason pressure drops, like I said, if the pump stops for whatever reason, then all that water is going to drop all the way to the bottom of the pipe. So I'm going to have a swimming pool out here with water in a way to get it into the pipe through the hose with enough pressure, and I could quickly use the fire pump as the mechanism to pump it in. So that's why I'm going to have on the output to the fire pump, where the hose is going to come out on the end. Oh, wait a second here. Oh yeah, see, I'm gonna have to think that through. Let me think that through here. Let me put this on video, because this will give me a wonderful opportunity to audit this out and think this through. That's the most motivating times for me, is just to get it when it wants to come out right now. So this is a 20-minute video. Next one coming up. Captain's log. Star date, That's right, I am a military captain. So to speak. This is a ship, this yard is a ship, this maritime law. I am the captain to this ship right here. This space, this zone. I am the captain. So, you know, It's very sensible to me. So, captain's log.